Hi everyone, welcome to this video. My name is Anthony Cummins and I'm just doing a follow-up on the last video I posted, which was my new The Man Who Killed the Ninja trailer. So what I'm going to do in this video is give you a roundup of the situation and let you know what's going on. But before we start, this is the news. This is your warning. Right, Krista Jacobson, Don Rowley, Dean from Scott Bio's dead. Bayo is dead. I'm not sure how it's pronounced. I don't know how to pronounce his surname. Greg Park, Chosen Ninja. Frank Dukes. And is there anyone else? Oh, and Stephen Hayes. So people like that, you know who you are. Those who are sort of key figures on the online ninja community and published books for those from the West who've brought, ninjutsu to everybody. If you want to be in the documentary, now is the time. I have contacted Stephen Hayes. I have contacted Frank Dukes. I have contacted Krista Jacobson. I can't find Greg Park. Can't find Dean because I'm not on Facebook. But basically, if you want to be in the documentary, and Don, I'd have no contact for Don. So, because Don loves me. Don't you, Don? Yeah, Don, how's it going? So basically, those people who, if you want to get involved with the documentary, you can do. And this, what I want you to do, everybody now who's watching this, send those people this video so that they are well aware of it, and that in the future they cannot say, I was unaware, I didn't have a chance. You were aware. I've emailed these people, as many as I can, and others don't have contact for. That's why I'm doing this video. So then the first question that pops up is, oh, it's a trap, it's a trap. It's not a trap. Basically, the documentary is not about Anthony versus the Bujinkan. It's not about anything like that, even though that is contained within it. It's more about what effect has the idea of historical ninjutsu had on the ninja community. And my question is, and what I've been realizing for a long time is people are just not interested. It's too difficult for them. Historical ninjutsu is too difficult. I'll get to that soon. And the documentary is there to say, well, now that people are being presented with the truth, why are they not so interested in historical ninjutsu? Why do some of them actually go backwards? Like literally go back to fake ninja stuff, which has been proven to be fake, and then just go back and teach it. Krista? So why are people going backwards? I don't understand it. So let me give you the lowdown. Now, about a few years ago, 4 years ago, I think, 3 years ago, I said I was no longer going to deal with modern claimants or anything like that. And this is not a change to that. I am not. And I have not mentioned these people for years. But I need to tell you guys the background to the documentary. And I need, of course, those guys to basically understand where we're coming from. They're not like, because I can imagine it's like, do you want to be in Anthony's documentary filmed by a guy Anthony knows? No. Do you know what I mean? No. Trap. So this is what this crack is. So I met Ryan in 2004. He was my roommate when I went to train with Masaki Hatsumi in the in Noda. I was there for a year, and we just got chatting with mates. We're good mates now. I'm not going to hide that. We are good friends. But over the years, he's done different things. He's gone to do yoga. He enjoys that type of side of things. He's not into the ninja thing at all. He's been and lived in Africa for a few years with a Peace Corps and all that. And he's basically interested in stories, and he's interested in Eastern wisdom, Eastern spirituality, Eastern things. So, and I've said, well, Ryan, you did a documentary on yoga. And I said, well, Ryan, why don't you just do one on the ninja then? He was like, yeah, let's do it. And he was bang, full on. He's like, let's do it. And he came to England to see me and stay with me. And we filmed it while we were here, or most of it, including some B-roll footage and all that malarkey. We'll probably get more. He's going to do interviews with different people on Skype, and he's going to pull it all together and do that. So that's what it is. It's not a case of Anthony Cummins has got his friend and they're going to do a documentary and trap everyone. That's not it. I'm like, number one, what's my goal? What's my goal in life, guys? Publish books on historical ninjutsu and historical samurai. Get them out to the public. sell them to the public, and then do more research with the money. That's, as you all know, what I've been doing for 10 years. So it's absolutely like, come on, Ryan, let's do it. And he's like, yep, let's do it. Proper enthusiastic, get on it, let's do it. And my aim is to spread Historical Ninja to the world, and this is one way of doing it. But the second thing is to address why there's been such a decline in interest. So when I say decline in interest, from the last video, from the trailer guys, I've read all your comments, I've read them all. So thank you very much to those guys, like, cool, can't wait, awesome, I can't. Absolutely, I've read them all, chaps and chapesses. Perfect, no problem. So thank you very much for those. But people have said, well, how many books do you sell? And what are you doing? Are you selling loads? Are you selling so little that you're not? Guys, I've always been the same with this. I've told you, it's a struggle. It's a proper struggle. Being an author is not easy. It's feast or famine. Sometimes you're like, yeah, money, food. Other times, I've literally got no food. Got a house. That wood is free. I collected it from the local area. I hand sawed all that. My heating is only done through wood. I'm a poor man. For a 41-year-old, I'm a very, very poor man. And I just make enough to live. Just. Like, if that's living, that's me. I'm like, I'm doing the ninja thing with the pipe. Can't breathe. That's how I am, just staying afloat. But that means the books are selling quite well. Because to run 50% of my royalties go to Yoshie and Miyako, except for books I've wrote fully on my own. So when you see it's Anthony Cummins and Yoshie, Anthony Cummins and Miyako Koizumi, I get the money and I split it in half. There's one, there's the other. That's it. So already, no matter what the book sales are, half of it is mine. For mine, it's 50%. For mine, it's 100%. But this is running a house, so I have to pay other people, run a house, run everything. So that, and so people are like, oh, maybe he's not selling any books. The books are actually doing quite well. But if you tried living in the 21st century on your own as a single occupant of a house, it's expensive. So the publisher's like, yes, Anthony, when's your next book? Bring it on. I'm like, need food, mortgage, and all that sort of stuff. So you've got to be careful there, guys. Yes, we are selling good amounts of books, better than we rank in the higher ones of the publisher, actually, of their highest selling books. But to fully get, and to go back to Japan, to travel the country, to buy scrolls in, to buy stuff, I'm going to need a lot more. So we need to sell a lot more books. So for those people who are interested in how many books I sell, basically, enough that the publisher is very happy, enough that I can live and barely live, but not enough that I can go traveling and get more scrolls and get more stuff for you. So I'm doing this documentary so that we reach a wider audience. We sell more books. If I sell more books, I get on a plane to Japan. If I get on a plane to Japan, I pick up a lot of new scrolls. I go with cash and buy people dinner. I get new information. They give me gifts. I give them gifts. This is how you do it in Japan. This is Japanese culture. And then you come home and then you with more money coming in, more translator time comes in, because they obviously translate, put more effort in the more you've got, or you can pay people to do certain stuff. So the more books we sell, guys, the quicker you get the information. So, but what people are maybe missing is the fact that even though I'm on the breadline and I'm poor, I live alone in a cottage in a small village in the middle of nowhere, which means I've got time. And do you know what I've got time to do? Study this. So 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, at any time I want. I don't have to go to work. I'm doing this anytime I want. I have got so much information in the background, so much. I have got a massive amount of Ninja Scrolls that actually solve a lot of the questions you guys are asking. But until we get more books sold, more translators involved, a bigger team, that information is going to stay hidden in this house. And I have got key information on the sword, the straight sword, with the square guard, where that possibly came from. I've got the saw on the sword information for you Bujinkan people. I've got the ninja masks, the face masks, the devil masks information, Bujinkan, for those who want to know. I've got original documents on many of these things, and I am more than willing to share them, but I'll only share them once I've published them, and I can't publish them till we sell more books. So the more books we sell, the more Ninja Scrolls you'll publish, the more answers you're going to have. So for those people who are like, oh, he's scratching for money, the answer is yes, I am, because you try running a whole Japanese team with translators flying across the world, and I bet you what, you need money. So that's why I am making the documentary because money, I've told you multiple times, money is not the most important thing for me, but there's no way we wouldn't do it. Just basic fact of life. So, where are we? So for those people like Hayes and Jacobson and Dean and all the others I've said, they can come on. Now, they will get the questions full out. Of course, it'll be edited and it'll be edited to fit in the documentary. So whatever they say is whatever they say. But the questions are not, they're not trap questions. It's literally, what does ninjutsu mean to you? How has historical ninjutsu, now it's been published, affected the world of the ninja community, things like that. So it isn't going to be like, oh, what can we do to trap them or anything? But we have actually got, we are going to use the stuff that you guys have been saying over the years. What was the word I was called? Cunt bunny? Cummins is a fraud. Fuck him. All this, we're keeping them all and we're going to put them on. Now, interestingly, there's a website being published about me, a website, and I've never batted an eyelid. It's not a problem. That guy wants to do it, no problem. So he's put pictures of me up, nicked pictures of me, nicked videos, put it up there, and Anthony Cummins is a fraud, and he's done pages and pages. You can look it up, just look up Anthony Cummins. I think it's The Way of the Samurai, and it's Anthony Cummins is a fraud and all that. And there's tons of info. The guy spent a lot of time on there. So we screenshotted it for a trailer that went on Instagram. And you know what the guy did? Automatically said, copyright claim. On my stuff. It's like, all right then, mate, that's no problem. I'll just type your website up and put it underneath. This is you. So we're going to be using all that. That stuff's going to be on the website. That's the hate to show the contrast. So if anybody's wondering if there's going to be a trap, the only trap is going to be is people who like that, where I am going to literally lay out the scrolls and say, here you go, guys. Here's the scrolls. And I've got Yoshie, we all know the score. You guys know the score. Yoshie, mint, native. Miyako, mint with a second or third dan, I think, second dan in Shinkage Ryu. Knows her swordsmanship. The monk, trained full-on monk. The Warabi Social Club did it. Full-on trained social people. Bang. Me, trained at the University of Manchester in ancient history, archaeology, and basically straight archaeology and history and theoretical archaeology. If you don't know what theoretical archaeology is, basically you get given data, you form a thesis, or you form an idea based on data, which is exactly my role in the historical ninjutsu research team. So there you go. They give me the data, I form the information, we give it to you guys. And yet, in contrast, Cummins is a fraud, cunt bunny, twat. Sorry for the bad words, guys, but that's what they're saying. That's the level they've got to. AC says this, and you're like, okay, guys. So for those people that have asked, Stephen Hayes has never been like that. He's been a very nice man. Chris Jacobson has always been extremely polite. Dean genuinely has been polite, actually. Give him that. Ashida Kim has already done his interview. So a few of you are mentioned. So I'd get on there if I were you. And Ashida Kim was very nice, but he was quite strong, and he was a good interview, actually. Greg Park has always been very nice. These people have not been bad. That's why they're invited onto the video, onto the documentary, because they can give their points across in a good way, and they can say nice things and be like, yeah, okay, I believe Anthony's. So the question you've got is like, how has it affected you? So I don't know, let's pretend I'm Stephen Hayes. I as Stephen Hayes have got to say, well, actually I brought it all from Japan, and I don't know whether it's real or not real, or whatever his opinion is, but clearly, like, Masaki Hatsumi totally enjoyed or respected the Bansen Shukai, the Shoninki, the Nippuden. He absolutely, there's loads of books of him with them. We were loving it for years. It's there. Those people can never get away from the fact that these grandmasters, Hatsumi, etc., Genbukan people, Jinken, were like, no, Shoninki, Bansen Shukai, yeah, Nippuden, no problem, they're good stuff. But yeah, people are like, ah, now, sugar, how does it match? So that's your problem you've got. What else was there? There was something else, but I can't even remember. So let me have a think. So in the trailer, I say, they're all fakes. Now, this is actually just done because trailers are meant to drag you in. So those people who made a reaction to that, don't be so stupid. That's what trailers do. So one guy below said, how you dare you disrespect a Japanese actor, and you're an idiot, sort of. He actually called me a nigger. Nigar, or whatever, however pronounced it. I was like, what? are you talking about? A, don't use that word, it's disgusting. B, I don't care if you're black, stop using it. If we're not allowed to use it, we're not allowed to use it. Or we're all using it, one of the two. But equality across the board. So stop using language like that, or I'll block you. So the point is that I have said 1,000,000 times, I do not believe a single person on this planet. Nothing to do with whether they're proven or unproven. I don't believe them. Prove to me that they are really... Get me your documents, get me your lineage charts, let's scrutinize them to the nth degree. And you tell me, and I will tell you with my team, that's real or that's wrong or that's a bit dubious, that's not good. So I've said they're all fake. Now, I don't mean, obviously that's in context. What I actually say in the documentary is they're all fake, but I changed it to say they're all claimants. Of course, when they're making the trailer, they cut that one piece out. Like I'm putting the scrolls out, and the scrolls are upside down for me because I'm laying them out for the camera. And one guy, even though I think he was joking, was like, the scrolls are the wrong way around. And I'm like, for God's sake, no, they're not. You know what I mean? The trailer is literally parts of me speaking from all over the documentary, and it's like matching with what's called B-roll footage. And people are like, that don't make sense. So guys, just wait for the documentary before you start calling me the N-word. Ninja, please. Or you start, saying this is wrong, that's wrong. Wait till you get the trailer and wait till you get the documentary and the context, and you might understand it a bit more. So slow your horses. But overall, and I want to finish on this, overall, the documentary is meant to be a positive show that actually... we've got to a point where we pretty much understand historical ninjutsu. There's a lot to be discussed, but nobody's getting involved with that discussion, and that's genuinely true. And of course, a few of the comments were like, well, I still like it, and I still like it. Yeah, guys, and I know you do, and I've seen your usernames, and I know who you are, or at least I know who your usernames are, and I know you support me like mad, so I'm dead happy, guys, but that's not meant for you. What I mean by that is not like there's not 100% no one interested. What I mean is, if you've got 20,000 ninja students across the world, 30,000 say, then where are they? Why are they not talking? Why are they not online? Where are the videos? Why have people gone back to showing Senben Shuriken, blowpipes, and Shuko claws? When we've already been through, we can't find them anywhere. Can we, Krista? Nowhere. But... we're going back to it, and we're going back to, at one point, people were saying, okay, maybe Takamatsu Sensei created this, and we got a good dialogue going. Back to, this is from the 1100s, like, what? So the point I'm making is, we're going backwards. I don't mind the blowpipes, the Shuko, the Shuriken. I love those too. But we're opening dialogue as historians, historical researchers, enthusiasts, on why they are not in the actual record. Where are they? I want them to be as real as you. The moment we find Togakure, the moment we find basically all these things, Krista's lineage, the moment it's all there, I am mega happy, guys. I'll be like, tick, we can prove it's right. Remember, I've got a tick list. In about 2008, I went, history of ninjutsu, throw it away. Start again, Anthony. Got paper, got a sheet, mentally, whatever, on all my files. Tick list, found in multiple places, found, extremely. And then if it's not found, it's like, where does it first appear? 1960s in a comic. Okay, right. 1920s, name from a comic. Okay, right. A little bit dubious here. So let's find where the divide is. And of course, sometimes it's just not there. So guys, I would love to tick them off. If we could find a tick for all those things, it'd be mint. But we can't. And I'm sorry that it's offended some people. No, I'm not actually. I'm not sorry it's offended you. Get over it, you men. Or you should be. Get over it. It took me about a minute and a half. No, not even that. About 3 seconds to get over it. It was like, that's fake. Okay. Checklist. Off we go. So what we found is that people went, at the beginning of my journey, people went, whoa, interest, Bansen Shukesh. And then they were like, oh, what do I do with that? Oh, that's too complicated. Then it was like, oh, Anthony might be right. And then it was like, and you got an actual divide of people. You got a divide of people. People went that way and said, okay, well then, what? And I respect these people. What I do is not ninjutsu. I do something else. I've got to work out what it is. I do shuriken jutsu, I do taijutsu, I do yawarate, I do teppo, I do nawa, I do all this sort of stuff. I'm doing all of that. but it's not ninjutsu, but, you know, and I've got to go work out for myself where I am. 10 points to those people. Then you get the people who went that way and went, I hate Anthony Cummins because he's made me emotionally angry because what I've done for years is clearly now fake, or not like I should have gone this way. These are names. I don't know, you know, what it is, so I'm going to just call it ninjutsu, and we're going to go back and we're going to call it historical ninjutsu fake. And you're like, hold on. There's not a single person on this internet who could ever dispute the documents I'm using. If you're on there now and you're going off into the different ninja web world and you're like, oh, it's fake. How is the question? There are documents that you personally, you can get on a plane, go to Japan, open them, have a Japanese reader there, and they'll say, yeah, it says that's what it says. And they'll be like, fake. You're like, what? So, you know, obviously it's heavily emotional. So my question in this documentary is, why have we got one people going that way, one set of people going that way, and in the middle, falling down the crack, is historical ninjutsu, where you're like, people are like, and I know you guys are there. I know you're saying you love it. You know, there's a handful of people in the middle, a handful who are like actually doing it. And I'm like, the more I bring out, you've got this thin line, and they know. And I'm going to mention people like Stacey here, Stacey Cunningham from my organisation, Natoryu. The person who we physically think is the least that would have the knowledge or do it, knows more than most people I know out there. Bang, studies it, is on it, historical ninjutsu, the art of war, strategy. You can say it, Stacey's got it. Bang. Get all these cool people at the ends with all the, like, the, you know, your top level people, Deans, Kristas, Stephen Hayes's, where are you? Why have you not entered the dialogue? Is it because it's too difficult? Because the simple reason is I don't mind getting things wrong. And I will tell you when I get things wrong. And I'll tell you when things are wrong in my book. But some of it's not my fault. It's actually graphic design. There are some problems in a couple of my new books, which there will be changed in the second print, but it's graphic design problems. Things are the wrong way around, or the kanji's in the wrong place, things like that. So, but I will try and make a list of those for you when we get enough. So there we go, guys. So this documentary is not insulting anybody. It's not there to start the war again. It's not there to open up or get Anthony Cummins to get, you know, whatever it is, a topic. I've left those days behind. Those days of us all fighting, and in fact, that's gone. I do not care about you. It's that simple. If you're one of those people that like, oh, I don't believe in historical ninjutsu, I don't think these documents, then goodbye, because you've lost the conversation. You're outside of the dialogue. Not interested. If you're one of those few guys, I always see your comments there, and I know you're out there doing historical ninjutsu, well done, keep it going. And if you're at the other side where you're like, well, that's not from, you know, I'm doing shuriken, I'm doing this, and they're saying, oh, I must be these things, then come back to historical ninjutsu. All you've got to do is re-switch the mind and then put it together, and off you go. In fact, those people here who've realised it's not historical ninjutsu and they've started calling it taijutsu, yawarate, and all that, and jujitsu, you're the closest to mashing it all back together and really enjoying historical ninjutsu. And there's people out there, again, Jay Kane, I can't give him much praise though, because he's an idiot. He's one of my best friends, so you can't praise your best friends. He needs to work hard, really, doesn't he, Jay Kane? But the esoteric stuff, he pins it, he's like, nope, 5 phases, and nope, that, this isn't what, do that. Okay, cheers. You know what I mean? He's there. Andrew Thoburn, well on it. Measurements with thumbs, calculations in his head, everything. Historical ninjas down, historical samurai warfare, totally on it. I've also asked Stephen Nojiri to be in the documentary, but I've already sent that email out, and obviously I have personal contact with him, so whether he gets in it or not, I'm not sure. So the only one who's come up yet from the other side, meaning, you know, the people, the claimants, is Ashida Kim, and he was bang on it, and 10 points to Ashida Kim. He just came on, yep, said his piece, dead happy. So there you go, guys. Right, I'll leave it at that. Let me know what you think. I hope that makes more sense now to people, why we're doing it. I'm doing it because I want to sell more books. Why do I want to sell more books? Because I want people to enter the dialogue of historical ninjutsu, and 99.9% of the ninja community have either stopped doing ninjutsu and called it something else, or they've gone back to the old stuff and they're like, ninjas jump out of ponds. You know, come on, guys. You know, I hide on the wall and knee him in the top of the head. No, you don't. That's not what ninjas do. It's not what ninjas do. So let's get moving forward. And I won't be, this documentary will be done and it should be out very early 2020. If we can get everybody's, there's a cut-off point basically. If you can get back as soon as possible, not to me, by the way, yeah, not to me, Stone Media. He's called Ryan Stone. He's Stone Brothers Media or Stone Media. Of course, if you're struggling, then come to me, but you should be going directly to him. But either way, just reach out to one of us and we'll put you in contact and you can do your interview. All right, guys, thank you very much. See you later.